Welcome to our panel.
So, well, why don't you start with how you got to even come up with it? How did it come together? Just give us an idea, maybe even of like what the film is. Like, how did the project come together?
It is an interesting story that I'm not going to tell apparently. No, it is an interesting story. There was a feature film called, you're all horror fans, of course, called ABCs of Death, where every letter of the alphabet would be a death. It was, and the first year they opened a contest, and they left the letter T to the public. So anyone could make a short for 4 minutes for the letter T. So T is for, so we made T is for turbo. And this is the way somebody would die. And we participated in the contest. At first we didn't want to participate in the contest. That's a crazy thing.
Because we already submitted to other contests in the past, and we just have to ask your friends, always go vote for me and everything, and we're kind of wanted to give them a break.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that again.
So they approached you to participate?
No, we were at Fantasia Film Festival, and we're friends with Jason Eisner from Hobo with a Shotgun. So we were sitting in the crowd watching a movie, and we bumped into each other and goes, dude, well, it doesn't speak like that. You have to do the letter T. You have to go into that contest. You guys would nail it. And we're like, oh, we don't want to do a contest again. You don't understand. It's going to be awesome. You have to do it. So we, on the way home in the car, we're already in pre-production. We're like starting writing, and we wanted to be ready to actually do it. And we were able to make the short. The contest was going on for a long time, and we didn't have a lot of time, and we submitted our short on the day, the cutoff day, where like you couldn't submit anything. It went well. We finished first in the public vote. If you voted for us, thank you. If you just learned about it, it's okay. We finished first in the public vote, but after there was a jury, and the jury didn't pick our short for the film. So it was T for yeah, we were sad, we cried, and it was T is for toilet that got it. Fantastic short. Find it on the internet. It's brilliant. But we didn't get it. But the producers of ABCs of Death loved T is for Turbo and wrote to us and said, "Wow, this is great. Do you want to turn this into a feature?" So we said no. No, we said yes. Of course. And well, actually at first, he said, do you have any script ready? And we had one feature that we wanted to do. We sent it to him, and we didn't even send it to him. We said, we have that feature that we want to do. Like, yeah, I was asking to be polite. I want to do Tears for Turbo. So, I want to expand that universe. And so we said, yeah, okay, we definitely want to write it. So we had a month to write it for the first Fantasia Film Market. We had only a month to write the first draft. Actually, it was 3 weeks. And I'm concretting, I'm changing my version like as I go along. Who does that? All the time. I have AD, adult deficit disorder. Yeah. So, for 2 weeks. We had 3 weeks to write it, and we did. And we submitted the Fantasia Film Market. For people that don't know what a film market is you go there with your script. It's like speed dating for directors and producers. You pitch in front of a crowd of only producers, and then you go sit down at a table afterwards. They book meetings with you, and you just go again and again with different producers. That's where we met. Our Kenny's a producer at Angelina, which is amazing. So we're set. We had a New Zealand producer and Timpson from ABCs of Death. We had Anne-Marie Gélina from Canada. I might be clear because I am feeling it all over the place.
No,
Okay.
I'm following so far.
Our Canadian producer. So the whole Turbo team was now together.
Yeah, with like Tim Riley and with Olivier, who also joined us.
So we have a team of 5 producers and 3 directors.
Right.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a huge family.
Yeah.
So New Zealand Film Board came aboard. They said they wanted to finance the film. Then Film from Canada said yes as well. So we're set. We're going to do a full feature.
So just to conclude the contest, so we didn't won the contest, but actually I think we ended up
Then you could have, yeah, for sure. And so you had to go through the entire process of like, did you already have a cast? Since you had the short, did you just use the same cast, or did you have to go through the casting process?
No, we went through the casting process. The actor that played the kid in the short film doesn't actually speak English. Like his English is really basic. So we needed an actor because the feature was going to be in English. So we needed an actor that could deliver the lines in English. And no, the casting process was really fun. We've never done before auditions for our other projects. And so for the kid, we did go into auditions. So we went to Toronto to meet a series of kids. And the first kid comes in, it's called Monroe Chambers. And he nails it. Like, he's fantastic. And he's the first kid of the day. So there's a bunch of other kids. So he walks off, and we look at each other like, we got our kids.
it's him.
It's him. What do we tell the others? But at the same time, we wanted to see everybody, so we saw everybody. But Monroe, he ends up with he is the kid in the feature. He's
Some of them
brilliant.
was really good.
Yeah, everybody was amazing. There's just something about Monroe Chambers, how amazing he is, how incredibly good he is, that, yeah.
What was it like? Because I can imagine that casting kids especially is a tough thing. And so, and in this particular film, what were the
He's
type of
still
kids-
22, 23, so he's not a kid.
Oh, okay, right, so not a kid.
But he still had the whole movie on his shoulder, so
Right,
he need
okay.
to be.
So what were the kind of things you were looking for specifically? Did you have in mind, or it was just like, let's wait and see what they deliver and we'll see? But I mean, with the script, you must have had sort of an idea of what you were looking for.
Yeah, definitely. We had something in mind.
Well, basically the character is an orphan, really an awkward kid. He need to be naive and how can I say? Like he's awkward, but we still need to love him and cheer for him. So he needs to have
Feel likable.
yeah.
Right.
So that's what we were looking for, and yeah, Monroe just
Was able to like write that fine line in between like being awkward but being endearing that you completely connect to him. Like we all been that kid at one point. Well, we're at Comiccon. We're all geeks. Like that was me. Like I still am. And every geese, like I believe so. We all have that little bit of awkwardness in us, but it's a good awkwardness. It makes us special.
So you were looking for that good awkwardness.
Yeah, definitely.
Not the creepy awkwardness. Good awkwardness, yeah. It's a good thing to look for. So what about the rest of the crew? Did you just go with the same crew mostly, like as far as DP and editors and all this kind of stuff?
Yeah, for our DP, we were super lucky because we were allowed to bring our friend JP Bernier, with whom we worked for now how much years?
since 2007.
Yeah,
And at the same time, he's in a really cool band called The Metals, and they did the whole soundtrack of the movie. And yeah, at the same time, when you have your EP doing the music as well, he know the movie. Like he's been there from the start, right?
yeah, so that he mentioned the music for our editor, it's the first time we ever worked with an editor because we usually do it ourselves, mostly François. But because it's a co-production, we had to work with people from New Zealand. So the whole post-production was in New Zealand. And we're super lucky because the editor we got kind of in post, but at the same time it was a lucky match. We became like a very good friends. Still are super connected, and yeah, it just got our style, and he brought something else also, his kind of style. So yeah,
So how was that? That must have been something new, working with like a post-production outside, like not just outside of your circle, but outside of the country on the other.
It was great. We went there for 3 months. So that's a good perk. New Zealand is beautiful.
Before that, it was a bit strange though, because we had to start editing on our side. So we did some scenes in our basement on our computers, and he was working on other scenes. And at some point, we were able to just connect all the things together, and then we worked on many things together.
That's very cool. All right. So what about the actual production itself? Do you have any sort of interesting stuff? Well, where did it take place first of all? Where was it shot?
It was all shot in Montreal. There's a nice quarry on the side of Montreal that we use since it's a post-apocalyptic film that is based in nuclear winter. So we use the beauty of Montreal to show it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, everything was shot in Montreal. It was very cold. We 2 years ago, you might not remember, but we had the coldest winter in 70 years in Montreal. And yeah, first day of shoot, it was snowing. And so the first week, there was so much snow, we used all of our cover sets. So it was a tough shoot, but I think in the end it came out quite all right, I believe.
Oh, yeah. I should say that we had 2 actors from New Zealand that came here.
That must have been a special
Yeah,
show for them.
pretty impressed by the coldness of Canada.
How long was the shoot?
22 days.
22 days,
You
yeah.
can change that.
Yeah, yeah.
14 days or
14.
Yeah.
14. No, it was 22 days. It was supposed to be a bit more, but again, we had snow and rain and stuff, so we ended up having 22 days.
It's a fast shoot.
Yeah.
That's you have to rely on a great technical team and amazing actors to be able to pull out shoots like this. You're running with the camera, like you're taking risk, and you try to edit, and you connect to your editing mind, and you try to edit in your mind. Okay, so I shot this. Okay, I only need this and that. We have a scene. So yeah, it is a challenge, but it's fun.
But we learned how to do sacrifices and how to preserve the story. Because every day it was, okay, we can do that, we can do that.
Right.
So you have to be...
You have to be clever. You have to learn to be clever, and to find ways
since it's a
to
low budget, you have to be creative to survive.
Yeah, no, for sure. I guess that's a whole like guerrilla filmmaking.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, those or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Anybody have some questions?
Yeah, actually, I have a question. Was there a moment during the production where it became so difficult or so busy you thought actually you told them the movie was not coming out, wasn't finished? And then what did you do? What happened after for that to change and felt like, okay, finally it's going to work out?
We had 3 days inside a pool. There's a huge battle scene inside a pool. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's something. Yeah, there's something that happens in the pool, and so it was a complicated lighting setup. So we had 3 days there. So we're filming every day like crazy inside that old warehouse. Outside it was like -10, inside was like -20, and when you would go down inside that pool, it was brutal. It was no fun at all. Everybody was smiling and everything, but it was tough. So we go and we have difficulties because equipment kept breaking, props kept breaking. So we started being clever and clever and clever and clever. So we go to lunch and we have only one afternoon left to that location after we lose it. So we're sitting down eating and we come up with the perfect plan to finish the scene. Like, if we have that amount of time, it's exactly it. If everything goes well, we are going to have a scene because everything's perfect. So we're driving back to set, and I know turns around and said, "What is that black smoke coming from the side of the building?" The generator for the lighting just exploded. So we lost the generator. So our electrician team just ran out, tried to find another huge generator for cinema. So we lost an hour and a half that we couldn't lose. So during that hour and a half, there was a tiny moment of panic, just a tiny moment. You don't have time for panic.
Yeah, that's
So you allow yourself to panic for 10 seconds and go, then we have to find a solution. And then we found a solution and we made the day. We finished the day just in time. But that was frightening. Yeah, that's the word.
But then you're always in the troubleshooting mode and you don't sleep for the whole process of the production. And you just don't have time to just think about what if it doesn't work. You know, you always have to find solutions. So I don't think we ever thought, even when this kind of stuff happened, we didn't see that think that it's not going to happen. It's just, you need to find solutions, so you cannot stop at that. Yeah.
That's pretty much
I think that's
filmmaking,
the
solving problems
Yeah.
all the time.
Making problems, yes.
But yeah, unfortunately we had to cut a lot of action we wanted to do, a lot of gore scene. But
Trust us, there's more than enough anyway. There's a lot.
yeah, we managed to, like, you will. It's our fuck. My English is wrong. But it's our same humor. You won't be.
Yeah, if you've seen our short, you'll feel right at home. A lot of blood, a lot of gore, a lot of slapstick comedy. Like we always seen the way we do our action scene with our blood and our gore is like it's Bugs Bunny for adults. Like we don't want to shock you. We don't want to disturb you. We want you to have fun. And this word like sad exploded. Like just have a good time with the film.
How was the technical side as far as that? Like your special effects. How did you have like a team on that, or is it just a few people or one person in particular, or like?
We use on our short. We used to do all our own props.
Okay.
And special effects and fake arms and blood but what was fun on the shoot is that we had a team to take care of that. It was fun, but sometimes you still want to play with it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's gooey, but yeah, it was great. We had a great team. We have two of our friends that we call the Blood Brothers that are crazy maniacs. They created for Turbo Kid a gore cannon, so that works with pressure valves and everything. They have a patent on it. It controls so much stuff at the screen. Like when you'll see it, it's a thing of beauty. It is. It's something to behold.
So this is mostly all practical effects. You didn't how much as far as like CGI, that kind of thing, or
There's some CGI that we couldn't avoid. You see the temperature, like the power of the kid. But apart from that, it's mostly practical. We use CG just to assist the practical stuff. So we try to be invisible.
okay, yeah, because you even use the word that you couldn't avoid it. So like, is that something you generally try to avoid if you can?
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Our vision of Turbo Kid is like, in the future, you're going to walk across the wasteland and you'll find an old VHS of a fucked up kid movie, and it's going to be Turbo Kid. And like, it's a long lost 80s film. That's the vision. So that's why we wanted as much practical effect
Right.
that we could.
Get that feel, the feel of the type of movie that predates CGI anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense. So what are some of the inspirations and that kind of thing that, or were there any?
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I would say one of the big inspiration, after Mad Max was released, the Italian did a ton of Mad Max ripoff, if you want. Like they would do their own Mad Max with lower budget, but a lot of imagination. And we loved those films. We grew up with those films. Like a lot of those films were dubbed in French, so we would rent 7 of those, like those.
Like the New Barbarians,
Yeah.
the Bronx Warriors, that kind of
Yeah.
movie. I would say for the gore, definitely Brain Dead, old Peter Jackson movie and Sam Raimi's Evil Dead, of course.
Right.
And I would say,
Yeah, the Unexpected, also Never Ending Story.
because in Turbo Kid we have also a very cute side, a very, like we have a cute love story and movies like Goonies, Never Ending Story,
Nagari too.
But you don't kill a dog.
Spoilers. Man, everybody cried at that dog. How did it do that to us? Horrible.
We're all disturbed.
And the title in English is The Dog That Stopped the War. Like it gives it away.
Right, yeah. That's true.
That memory.
But yeah, it was important for us when we were writing Turbo Kid that at the center of Turbo Kid, there was a heart that we wouldn't go out there to just like action set piece and blood and gore. We wanted you to connect to the characters and have fun with them. And it's like, love that it's a young kid. It's a really a coming of age film. So.
Yeah, and when you care for a character, that's when you, like the set pieces make sense because you don't want the character to die and
Yeah, exactly.
cheer for him.
Right. Any other questions?
Comment ça va pour participer Yves Corbeil à notre short? La transition entre Yves Corbeil et Michael Ironside.
Oh, oui.
C'est une répéter la question.
Oh, he was asking, because in the short film we had the legendary Quebec actor Yves Corbeil playing the main bad guy. And in Turbo Kid we have the legendary Canadian actor Michael Ironside playing the bad guy. And he was asking how we went from first connecting with Yves Corbeil for the short and the transition from him to Michael Ironside. Yves Corbeil, I have a podcast on comic books. I was telling him I'm a geek, a French podcast called Mystère aux Étonnants with friends of mine. And he came to do an interview. And at the end of the interview, I said to Yves, I said, one day I want to work with you. Flash forward, what, a couple of months later?
When we were in pre-production of Tease for Turbo, I sat down with François Gadebois, which is the original kid in the short, and he asked us who we had in mind for the bad guy. So I said to him, well, maybe Yves Corbeil. That would be great. Yves Corbeil, really? Yeah. Well, his son,
He's my agent.
He's my agent, so I can ask Olivier Corbeil and he will ask his dad. So yeah, everything like fit perfectly and like at the first.
He was really generous. He's an amazing guy, very generous, and he came on set. It was a crazy shoot. It was a short film. He was coming out of it. He was playing theater at the time, and just ended his practice, came in, read his line, had fun with us, and then went home. He's a great guy. He's really, really nice. And when we were writing the feature, we're a huge Michael Ironside fan. Like, who isn't? He's fucking Michael Ironside. And we were writing the character is called Zeus, and we're writing the character with Michael in mind. We always wanted him to be Michael-ish, if you want, or Aaron-side-ish.
Well, we thought it would be great to have him, but we thought it would be impossible. It's just a dream.
So our New Zealand producer comes to TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival, and our Canadian producer from Montreal says, we're going to meet them there, and we're just going to talk about Turbo Kid and everything for the co-production. So we go over there, and we're invited to a cocktail, so we go to the cocktail. And we're sitting there with our free glass of wine. That's the best thing about the industry, free glass of wines. And we're sitting there with our glass of wine, and Michael walks in that cocktail. And we look at each other, just like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, out of nowhere. He just came right through the door. We look at each other.
Holy shit, that's Michael fucking Ironside. That's Zeus.
We need to talk. We talked to our producer. Michael Ironside's here. Sorry.
Okay, now we're spreading way too much.
We have to talk to Michael Ironside, and our producer just took our hands, puts us in front of him, and just said, "I'm a producer. I will produce their movie. They want to pitch to you." And
We pitched live to Michael.
Oh, wow.
So we had no choice to let Johan pitch the movie to him.
Shark Tank or something. You're just on the spot.
Yeah.
I start pitching, and I'm on. Like, I'm on the adrenaline, and like my ear was there, so I'm on, and I'm like, this is a great pitch. Finish the pitch, look, but you do know I'm a born-again Christian, and I don't do that kind of shit anymore. So we look at him and go, oh, okay. So I'm fucking with you. And he said, I love this. I love that. If the script is as good as your pitch, I want to be in. So we send him the script, and that's what he told us. He sat down with a cup of tea. He drinks a ton of tea, and he reads it. Hey, they want to know that Michael drinks a lot of tea. It's interesting. So yeah, all the details. He drinks a lot of tea. No, that's not that. He reads the script and finish reading it. Stand up and goes, "This cannot be this good." Goes make another cup of tea, comes back, reads it again, called his agent, and the rest is history. So.
So you didn't even have to like know someone who knows his son.
No, it's completely, it's luck and random, and now, like,
It is a planet.
Yeah, because also he told us that he wasn't supposed to be in that cocktail. He just ran into one of his friends who told him, hey, I'm going to that cocktail, and want to tag along, and I was, oh, I'm not sure, yeah, come. And that's why he was in that cocktail.
Wow.
and we've become good friends with Michael. He's become a little bit of a mentor for us. Like, he's helping us with our career and everything. He's an amazing man. He played in 300 films. He's been with everybody. He's been killed by everybody, and he has killed a lot of people. So yeah, so he's great. He doesn't look like it because of all the role he plays, but he is the biggest teddy bear in the world. He is a really sweet man.
And how long did you need him for the shoot?
He was there for 12 days, if I remember correctly.
So for a month, at least he's used to the Canadian movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had no problem.
No.
No.
But the Kiwis were,
Oh,
they
yeah.
wanted to hug the sheep.
Because since the co-production, some actors needed to come from Canada, some actors needed to come from New Zealand. So we have two amazing New Zealand actors in the film, Edwin Wright and Aaron Jeffrey. And they couldn't understand.
If you saw
Or
the trailer,
spring. We're in spring, but
Yeah.
spring didn't make sense.
if you saw the trailer, Aaron is the cowboy and Edwin is the guy with the skeleton mask.
Yes.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
And that's funny actually because the guy who plays Skeletron, he was on the plane to come to to be in our movie, and he got the script there, and he started reading it, and he realized he had no lines at all because he's like a bad guy that doesn't speak. And he kind of freaked out at first, but
Yeah.
Well, he was freaking out on the
Yeah.
plane, thinking, "Oh my God, I'm traveling." Because it takes about 22 hours the plane ride is 22 hours to get from New Zealand to Canada. So it's 22 hours of going, "I have no lines."
What the hell am I doing? But he was able to bring a lot of
Himself.
in the role, and we really love what he did. He really put he took just a role of a bad guy to another level, and we all fell in love with his work.
Yeah, he put a stamp like Skeletron is he really made it is and yeah.
And he really had a blast in Montreal, and he did a tattoo, Tiki Du Monde, on his arm, which is
He loved Montreal so
Quebec
much.
slang.
Yeah, right. That's cool. So would you be working with this co-production again, or is that just the type of stuff that like happens from one project to the next? Like, is there an ongoing relationship with that?
Yeah. We're still very close with Anne and Tim from New Zealand, and we're very, very close as well with our Canadian producer, Anna and Benoit Moulier. So yeah, I see it in the future. If maybe a Turbo Kid 2, we never know. It depends. It's an independent film, so when it's released in August, it's really important to buy, see the film in theater, and buy it on video on demand, and all of this. For independent films, it makes them or breaks them. And
Well, if the movie is a success, then we maybe would have the chance to do a sequel, which would be awesome. And we've got so much stuff.
it writes itself.
So you've already got a lot
Yeah.
of material to work with. That's awesome. So any other questions? I'll be completely honest. I don't know exactly how long this is supposed to go.
The movie is already in Festival Road.
Yeah.
You already made many festivals all around the world. And the Canadian premiere will be next week at Fantasia.
Yeah.
Did you have a reason why it take so long to come in Canada?
First, we had distributors that bought the film, so they have a strategy. Like they ask us about the strategy, but they know what they're doing. We trust them. As well, having a premiere at Sundance for a movie, it's pretty big.
I understand that.
Yeah. So we're very, very, very lucky to get into something. It's surreal. It's like a dream come true. It's really something that kind of a little bit changed your life. And so we're very excited about that. And then we started touring the festival, but since the film was born in Montreal and was born at Fantasia in the film market, we felt that if we were going to have a Canadian premiere, it would be logical that Fantasia has it. So we waited until Fantasia could play it. So
and we should say that we were at Fantasia since the beginning.
yeah.
Since '97.
Fantasia was our film school.
Yeah, I made a fake ID just to get. I didn't make it to go into bars. I made it to go see movies at Fantasia.
Okay.
So, it was always a dream to, maybe one day we'll have a movie there. And
You feel then Fantasia was the better, you can have a better closer of your
Because it's
the
going.
before the release of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's going to be the last festival before the release of the film, so it makes sense. It's like the movie's coming home. So we're very excited about that. I hope to see all of you.
And the crowd will be crazy, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, I hope. I hope it.
Yeah, because why I said that is that we already heard everywhere where you go, this is a success.
people like it, people want to see it, they want a more and more and more presentation.
Yeah.
But here, I feel nothing. The people who know the project are waiting the movie, but sadly, we didn't have here the success of you have.
No, it's been pretty crazy, surreal. The festival run, how lucky we were, like to be able to seriously to be able to go to Sundance. Then we went to South by Southwest, which is another huge festival.
Tell us a bit about Sundance.
Oh,
Just skip over that.
it was surreal. Like it really. We rented like the production rented a condo. Like we were living there. We were like 14 living in the condo. Sundance costs a fortune when the festival starts, and it was an amazing condo. Like yeah, we were sleeping on the couch and everything on the floor. It's okay. It's like camping, but we were staying in the same condo that Justin Timberlake rested there the year before. It was just like everything was a little bit surreal, and from the day we got there, it was all press junket, which was a new experience for us. Like from morning from 9 to 5, it's just interviews after interviews, just people like going back to one room and the other room.
Actually, we made a list of movies we wanted to see. And Sundance, and we saw none.
Yeah, that was
Not
ambitious.
one film. We didn't have time to see one film. It was crazy. And the projection went very well, the premiere. Like, people loved it. It was sold out, but it was a smaller theater. But it was the theater of Sundance. It's called the Egyptian. It's the coolest screen there, venue there. So, but we were playing 3 more times. The second screening, because of the word of mouth of the first one, got sold out like that, and was so popular that when we went to the venue, there was people trying to get tickets outside. Like, I'll give you $20, give me your ticket. Somebody came up to me and said, oh, you have a ticket in your hand, because at Sundance you have to have your own ticket.
Yeah.
They give it to you before, but that's the way they count the number. I'll give you money for your ticket, and you can see the third. Well, I kind of have to go in because I have to introduce the bill. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So it got sold out so fast that the actors that saw it the first time, everybody came to Sundance. All the actors, tons of technicians came. It was so great. And when they saw it was so sold out and so many people wanted to get in, they went out and gave their tickets to people that were waiting outside hoping to get in. And that's pretty cool of them.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like the 3 screening, we were there for 3 screening, and they were all sold out, and the crowd was fantastic. There was at the 3rd screening, we go in, and that one doesn't play as late as the other ones. It's like in the afternoon, so there's families sitting there. Like it's not
local people.
Yeah, all the
parts.
yeah, really the local people were there, and we're sitting down, and like, are we in trouble? I don't know if they expect what they're going to see. So we're sitting, and people are laughing and having fun, and there's an older lady sitting right beside François, and she looks like she's having fun, but every time there's score, she goes, oh shit. And in the end of the film, there's a lot of it. So she's like, ah. So we do the Q&A, we finish the Q&A, and she comes up to us and says, I love your film. It was great. And it's that moment I felt like we made, maybe with our film, we made a bridge in between the hardcore horror fans and like regular people that don't usually go to those type of films.
Right.
So that was the coolest reaction I think we got from someone. That was awesome.
You just hit the sweet spot.
Yeah.
That sort of overlap there perfectly. Oh, that's amazing. So then after Sundance was
South by,
right,
which is huge. South by is
and that's a pretty different
yeah, it's
crowd too, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
very rowdy, very fun.
Right.
Again, great crowd. And at South by Southwest, we were in competition for the public choice, and we won it. So we won the public choice award. So the public loved us enough. And then we went to Brussels, and we did a European tour. Brussels, Amsterdam.
So then we went to the state in Arkansas.
That was
and
fun.
after that, Brazil. And now we just learned that we were going to Korea in 1 week.
Yeah, we're
So
leaving
then
in 1
I
week for
never
Korea.
traveled, like this year, it's just crazy. I never traveled that much.
Yeah, your whole life ago.
Yeah.
So Korea is in Seoul.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Busan.
Busan.
Okay, yeah, so down south.
Yeah.
Right. Wow, and that's for another, that I can imagine.
It's the
will be
biggest.
right up their alley, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Very
I-
much the type of thing that,
I think it's going to work well. And we're very happy to just go to Korea and like see the Korean. Like what the other thing that's really cool traveling with your film is that every audience is a little bit different. Every audience react to different things.
did any of them not react the way you wanted, or is it?
No,
all
never.
very-
Like it's all a little bit different, but everybody loved the film so far.
Okay.
So good. Hopefully Koreans will love the film as well. But there's one thing that everybody loved. We have one character called Apple, played by Laurence Leboeuf. And everywhere we went, the first or second question is, who is that actress? And she's fantastic, we love her. And she's the best character she's making the film, it's so much fun. So I believe Apple or Laurence is international now.
Yeah, but yeah, sounds like that's amazing. She could launch a career off of one movie.
And maybe to answer your question before, since we have the Amsterdam and the wait is like it's finally over soon, so I really hope that we'll see her in the media, and hopefully there will be a buzz of Comiccon here.
Yeah.
Giving our
I have a question about that. In this kind of a genre, I guess you could say, and although I think this is maybe outside of the genre, but in these types of movies that have a lot of gore and have a lot of action and have a lot of this kind of stuff, how do you guys approach female characters so that it's maybe not the same as some other movies in these types of genres? It sounds to me like you did approach it differently.
Yes, no, that's a fantastic question, thank you. Without going too much into, that's what's hard about that answer. I would say it's, the world of Turbo Kid is a world full of danger, death, and she's life in the middle of all of this. Like, everybody is out there to kill you, everybody, like, water wants to kill you, like, it's a terrible place to live in. But she's life at the middle of it, she's always happy, she's always energetic, she always sees the good side of life. So
And she's strong.
and she's strong.
It's just weird to see her with her jarness, and like it's a bit out of place. Like, how can she be so happy in this shitty world? But we wanted to play with contrast. Like in the whole movie, you see like it's all gray and dusty, but you see bright colors, bright plastic color pop, and it's the same thing like with. There's a lot of blood, but at the same time, they're a sweet woman, and yeah, you have the Amsterdam, which is just like
She's that spark of life. She's what makes life worth living.
But it was maybe risky because at first maybe people is like maybe not irritated, but she's awkward. I don't know if I love her, and you feel like the kid, and when the movie progress, you
As a
kind of
kid.
accept her, and at the end you fall in love with her, and yeah,
As a kid, start to accept her. You accept her as well, and you get it.
And that's why every time we show the movie, the first question is like, who is her?
We love her. Yeah.
And where did you find her?
She's a huge actress in Quebec. So
That
So
was
like, how did you
our
connect with her, I guess? Like, was it, did she audition or was it just something?
No, like
audition, but
we
like
were searching for female actress to play the character, and our producer said, "Have you thought of Laurence?" And we went, "Of course we did." Like she was like top of the list, but
can we?
can we get her? Like, can we be so lucky to have her? And she said, yeah, no, I have a contact. I'll put you in contact. And our costume designer was working with her. So Francois is amazing on Photoshop. Like, he's brilliant. Like, no, but you are. You are. Like, don't be modest. You're a god. Live with it. And he made Photoshop of Laurence in character and sent her that with the script. So when she got the script, she could see exactly what she would look like while reading the script.
It's the costume designer who brought the drawing to her. He was printed everything on her desk on set, and she was.
It's a great idea.
It's a pretty good way to get the attention, because you don't wait for her to read the script. You actually goes, hey, you want to be in the movie? You will look like this?
Right, yeah, no, that's a really great idea, for sure.
And she loved the script, so.
Yeah, she said yes.
Nice, it sounds the way you describe it, that that's a pretty key role. Like that,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Her and the kid are the two main characters of the story. And like when she said yes, we were over the moon. Like, we thought, oh my God, we have a movie now. We had a kid, we had an apple. Like Michael was coming in. Like everything was coming together. We had an amazing cast now. It felt surreal. It felt like it was going to happen, and it did.
even with the exploding generator.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It was a hard shoot. Like a lot of problems, like you said. Like even the fake blood would freeze.
Yes.
Had problems with that. But I think it's so an unusual movie to have in Quebec. Like all the crew was. Like, they don't get that chance to work on a crazy movie like that. So they were all happy, and were all the tribe of people fighting to.
Yeah, everybody
make
came
it-
together and believed in the film.
There's a lot of passion.
So
Yeah.
like because of them, we can't thank them enough, because it's because of them we have a movie now.
Yeah.
They really put their 110% in the movie.
Was
So were you say
the whole experience is surreal. I think the hardest thing about making film it's not actually making the film or writing the script. It's when after the 22 days or 30 days, or if you're lucky, you have 180 days. At the end of the shoot, you say goodbye. You've made all of those friends. You've come very, very close. They become your family. They fought for you. They believe in your project. And they move on to the next project because they have to live. And you wake up the next morning in your PJs at home, and it is hard. It's incredibly hard. That feeling is, it's like the worst breakup of your life. It really is. Like and you don't lose them. You'll see them
On the next one.
on the next one and everything. But for that week or 2 weeks, it's just like it feels empty.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the little guy at the end of the Just for Laughs. So.
Yeah, exactly. Then he cries. Yeah. So I drink now, but
Not just you.
not just tea.
I'm wondering then, like, that's a funny thing too, because there's a transition period. But as far as I'm to understand, you guys are probably already started working on the Zombies That Ate the World,
Yes.
which sounds amazing. So you're still kind of in the midst of all of this, all the film festivals and everything, traveling all over the place. and you're working on doing this. So how is that working out? And also, you know, what are your thoughts on doing this new project?
Well, it's not, again, excellent question. It's not easy. It's,
But we don't sleep.
we don't sleep a lot.
We
And
work every day on writing now, and there's still a lot of stuff to do with TurboKit. But we can't really complain because
we're
that's
doing what we
want
love.
to do.
Yeah. It, like we say, right now we're working 7 days a week. That's really what we're doing. It's every day of the week we're working. But even though it's, you come home and you're burned out, and you just go to bed or you watch something on Netflix, it still doesn't feel like work. It's still feeling like our passion, and just it's fun. And we have so much fun sitting around the table, writing together and laughing and saying the silliest bullshit we ever seen. It's just fun. It's just, I cannot, there's nothing better than sitting down with your best friend and doing what you love. I don't think on this planet there's something else. It's really surreal.
So I'm just going to settle on that. Your latest project. Sorry, I don't mind taking it. Out of everything you could have chosen, what made you drop on Zombie 84?
Well, the reason we decided to adapt Zombie That Ate the World, the comic book, to the movie, what was interesting about it is that we're huge comic book geeks, like really big. It costs me a lot of money per year in comic books, and just to take a comic book and bring it to life, just that concept behind it is so cool. It's so fun, and it was a cool concept. That comic book is a great comic book, and felt very lucky to be able to be part of it. As well, Les Humanoïdes Associés, if you know comic books, it's the Marvel of Europe, so it's great to do something with them. It's still going to be a lower budget film, but you know, you never know what's from there, what's going to happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, and since we have a good chance to start a career, so since TurboKit just came out, the goal is to do another one, and yeah, Zombie is a project that came to us, and
Yeah.
it fit
just-
perfect
yeah,
with
it
our
felt
world,
right.
and yeah, and we're able to write the script, so that just from that.
That's like, it just clicks for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just the fact they trusted us, that, like, they gave us, like, you're writing the script, you're directing, like, it's your project now. It feels good, like, and the producers on Zombies really, really like TurboKit, so they know our style and they know what we want to do with it.
So they approached you
Yeah.
with the project.
Yeah.
And how much because I'm not really familiar with the comic book itself, not that one. And how much material are you?
It's about the size of an omnibus,
Okay.
what they wrote.
All right.
So we have a lot of materials, but it's to adapt it to something that would work in cinema sense,
Right.
and also that would fit the budget they have in mind. So that's always, it's fun. It's like playing with a puzzle. Like, I'll keep this from the comic book, but to link this part of the comic book with this part, I'll have to create this piece, and it's fun. It's the creative process is amazing.
Yeah.
And that's where we argue the most.
Yeah.
But actually,
I'm trying to figure out what to keep and what to.
I don't know, it's the writing process, like, because we're three directors, everyone is asking how does that work, you're still friends. And yeah, well, we always say that when we write, that's where we argue the most, because we have strong ideas, but after that, I think the script is better that way, because
we
work
push
with-
ourselves. Yeah.
We have to, every ideas we pitch to the other, we have to explain
Right.
in depth, so every idea that gets in is like very,
And it's like every idea goes inside a weird machine where it gets transformed and changed, and when it gets out of that machine, it's just cool.
sorry.
but it completely changed. Like, ideas are like, they always get transformed and change and like,
But at the end, we don't want to lose time on set because we're arguing.
Right, so you do it ahead of time, basically.
yeah, exactly.
And maybe we can tell that Johan is obviously with the actors.
Because I have a big mouth. I tend to speak a lot, people.
And yeah, I'm behind the camera and Adam is making sure that the information goes between us and she actually the president of
Yeah, she's the president of the company, and she's the director of directors, and it's
So like in the human centipede that you guys formed.
yeah, exactly. That's the perfect metaphor. That's
The worst word.
not at the end.
So without, I don't know, this might not be possible, but without ruining it, are there any things that you can say that you guys argued about or wanted to get into Turbo Kid, but couldn't because you just couldn't agree on it and it just had to be dropped? Are there any ideas that you kind of like?
no, I don't think there was ever ideas that get completely dropped. It's just our ideas are sent out. I have this idea. Somebody said it's dumb, and then that idea gets transformed and changed, and eventually we get to an idea that everybody like feel comfortable with and understand.
Sometimes they're just dumb and
Yeah, yeah.
right, but this one we do not regret.
But
Yeah.
we have a rule, like if you have an idea, you just set it out because it is probably a dumb idea, but that dumb idea will bring the great idea.
Sure.
So don't be afraid to look a little bit foolish, going, yeah, but maybe the character could do that. And the other dude goes, no, what's wrong with you? But everything is for a purpose, everything comes up to.
Maybe a good tips if you work with a team, it's like you don't see the idea like it's yours. You just put the idea and we all
Look at it objectively.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like playing with clay. Everybody like sculpting together.
Right, so it's like saying that an idea is dumb isn't necessarily dismissing it, it's just saying, well, the way you presented it is dumb. But let's work on it, maybe we can make it something actually decent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is the creative process, whether you're working with other people or even yourself. Like, I mean, you come up with an idea, and sometimes you might, well, maybe if I change this, and I guess also having that flexibility as a team allows you, once you are on set, to be more clever and to sort of, to be able to sort of throw out those ideas that may be necessary to change or to fix something.
And also when, like, we've been doing this together for so many years, we've developed a weird hive mind, like we share a brain. So when we're on set, and example, we have a problem, we all kind of, like, our brains works together to find a solution. Like, there's no arguing, we're just like, the process there just to make it work. And I think with TurboKit, we kind of proved that our system works.
Oh, that's amazing, yeah. Because it is true that two directors, you hear about two directors, and they're usually like brothers or sisters or siblings or something, you figure, okay, that's why it works, but it is true, I mean, it's like, two directors sounds like something that would be extremely difficult.
yeah. But we're still family. We're actually
Brother and sister.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
and more couple 15. Yeah, it's a 15.
So, all right, so then that's...
They're
That's why.
married.
That's why.
Yeah, okay, so basically the theory still stands that
Yeah.
you have to be related, otherwise
Yeah,
it
exactly.
doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. Right. One last one. I like to talk, so.
Si jamais c'est son date quand elle ça
On n'a pas la date exacte, mais c'est une sortie limitée. Oui. It's very important to go see the movie on its first weekend. The first weekend is so important for a film. Tell your grandma, your grandpa, your whole family needs to see this film.
You want to send a TBT doll.
Yeah. But yeah, the first weekend is really important, especially for limited release and really, really, really important. Well, thank you very much for having us. No more questions? You sure? Good. Well, thank you very much. I wish all of you an amazing day. Give yourself a hand of